There is a rare kind of connection that goes beyond the surface level, one that binds two souls together in ways words can barely describe. With you, they have found that kind of connection. They feel understood by you in a way that no one else has ever managed to achieve. It is as though you can see into the deepest layers of their being, the places they themselves had long forgotten, neglected, or even denied. This sense of being known, accepted, and embraced by you is something they find profoundly beautiful. It moves them because such understanding is so rare, and with you, it feels effortless and genuine. Your presence in their life has not only touched their heart but also transformed their outlook on love and life itself. Before meeting you, they carried perspectives shaped by past experiences, fears, and perhaps disappointments. Love, to them, may have seemed complicated, conditional, or even unattainable at times. Yet when you came into their world, you opened their eyes to new possibilities. You showed them that love could be pure, sincere, and free from expectations. Through your actions and your unwavering authenticity, they began to see the parts of themselves they had overlooked, the emotions they buried, the dreams they dismissed, and the tenderness they tried to protect behind walls. Meeting you illuminated all of this, allowing them to grow in ways they never imagined possible. For them, you represent what true love looks like, not as a concept, but as a lived reality. They have felt, through you, what a genuine connection truly means. This is not about fleeting attraction or superficial gestures, but about a bond that stirs their soul, reminding them that love, at its core, is sacred. You are the first woman who has reached into the very depths of their heart and soul. No one else has touched them in this way before. And what strikes them most is the way you have given your love, with honesty, devotion, and without any conditions attached. You did not give in the hope of immediate return, nor did you demand anything in exchange. Instead, you gave because that is who you are, someone who loves with purity and faith. Quietly, you held on to the hope that one day, they would recognize the depth of what you offered and respond with the same clarity and commitment. They do not take this lightly. In fact, they place you on a pedestal, not in an unrealistic way, but out of genuine respect and admiration. They see you as someone who embodies values that are becoming increasingly rare in today's world: authenticity, integrity, compassion, and emotional depth. To them, you are a living example of what it means to stay true to oneself while giving freely to others. They find themselves in awe, often wondering how someone like you exists in a world that sometimes feels dominated by pretense, self-interest, and superficiality. They may not always voice this, but in their quiet moments, they deeply admire your core values and the principles by which you live. Another thing they cherish about you is the way you challenge them. Unlike anyone else, you push them to look at themselves honestly. You don't allow them to remain stagnant or comfortable in illusions. Instead, you encourage them, sometimes silently and sometimes directly, to face their fears, question their assumptions, and rise into a better version of themselves. This isn't about conflict, it's about growth. Through your influence, they are beginning to understand that love is not about possession or control, but about mutual expansion, honesty, and vulnerability. You've also shown them that true happiness and fulfillment are not found in material pleasures or temporary distractions. These things, though appealing in the short term, cannot compare to the richness of authentic love and emotional connection. With you, they've learned that joy comes from shared laughter, from being seen and accepted, from moments of raw honesty and tender care. Happiness, as you've revealed, is about the freedom to be one's truest self in the presence of another soul who understands. You've taught them that love and happiness are pure emotions, felt deeply, lived authentically, and cherished sincerely. Such emotions cannot be bought or replaced, and they can only flourish when the ego is set aside. This realization has been life-changing for them. Where once they may have been guided by pride, hesitation, or fear, they now begin to see that vulnerability is not weakness but strength. To love, in the way you have shown them, requires courage. It requires the ability to put aside the need to always be right, to always be guarded, or to always be in control. In your love, they have seen a mirror that reflects both who they are and who they can become. You have given them not just love, but also a vision of themselves that is higher, truer, and more aligned with the essence of their soul. They may not always articulate this in the way you deserve, but deep down, they hold immense gratitude for your presence in their life. You are not just a passing chapter, you are a turning point, a light that has redefined their journey. They recognize that what they feel with you cannot be replicated with anyone else, because it is not born from external circumstances, it is born from the meeting of two souls. In you, they have found a rare gift, someone who not only loves them but also teaches them, challenges them, and awakens them to the beauty of life and love. And no matter where the path leads, they will always carry the imprint of what you've given them, the knowledge that true love is possible, that authentic connection exists, and that real happiness can only bloom when the heart is open and the ego is quiet. Please wait for me, my love, for I am working with all my heart and strength to reconcile with you. Every day I put in the effort, and yet, honestly, it is becoming harder and harder to live without talking to you. The silence between us weighs so heavily on my spirit. It feels as though a vital part of me is missing, and I find myself drifting further into loneliness. It has been such a long time since we last communicated peacefully, and the distance has left a void that nothing else seems able to fill. Although I am surrounded by family and friends, I still feel disconnected from them in a way that I cannot fully explain. Outwardly, I share laughter, conversations, and daily routines, fulfilling the obligations and responsibilities that I owe to them. But inwardly, my heart feels absent and incomplete. My soul quietly aches, because it knows the truth, that what I am doing is merely going through the motions of life, not truly living. The real essence of my joy, the true source of my strength and comfort, lies in you, and without you, I feel hollow. There are moments when I try to convince myself that I should feel content with what I have, my work, my duties, the presence of people who care about me. But no matter how hard I try, I cannot silence the emptiness within me. My love, I am constantly craving the warmth of your touch, the gentle comfort of your voice, and the way you nurture my soul with your love and care. Your presence is not just a comfort to me, it is my lifeline. Without it, I feel as though I am merely existing rather than truly living. I must be honest with you, during this phase of separation, I attempted to distract myself by throwing my energy into work and into spending time with others. I hoped that by doing so, I might be able to fill the gap you left behind. But the truth is, nothing works. No matter how much effort I pour into these distractions, the emptiness remains. In fact, I began to notice something strange. I found myself unconsciously searching for you in everyone I interacted with. Each person I met, every new connection I tried to build, I kept looking for a trace of your essence, a reflection of your love, your kindness, and your warmth. Yet no one could ever compare. The reason is simple, no one matches your energy, your vibration, or the light you carry within you. It radiates from your face, shines through the way you talk, and flows through your actions. You have such a nurturing, loving soul, one that cannot be imitated or replaced. The comfort and satisfaction you bring into my life are unique to you, and only you. When I think of you, I remember how your presence alone was enough to calm my restless heart. You brought me a sense of peace that nothing else has ever given me. I find myself longing for the feelings you awakened in me, the joy, the security, the hope. With you beside me, the world felt brighter and kinder. Your presence inspired me to believe in myself, to dream bigger, and to strive to become a better version of who I am. It was as though you breathed new life into me, encouraging me to aim for something greater and more meaningful. Without you, I feel as though my compass has been lost, and I keep wandering in circles, hoping to find my way back to you. Every memory of us together feels like a treasure. I can still feel the way you looked at me, as if you saw beyond my flaws and imperfections into the very core of who I am. That gaze gave me strength and comfort, reminding me that I was loved, valued, and cherished in a way I had never known before. I cannot deny that I miss it deeply. I miss us, the bond we shared, the way we understood each other without even needing words. That connection is rare, perhaps once in a lifetime, and I know in my heart it is something I cannot let go of so easily. This time apart has shown me how deeply intertwined my happiness is with you. I have realized that love is not just about being present during moments of joy, but also about longing, patience, and faith during times of distance. My love for you has not weakened, instead, it has grown stronger with every passing day of separation. The ache I feel is only proof of how much you mean to me. It is evidence that what we share is not ordinary, it is something extraordinary, something worth fighting for. Please understand that I am not perfect, but I am trying. I am learning each day what it means to love truly, to give without expecting, and to be patient when life demands it. I know I have stumbled, and I know I have made mistakes, but my heart is sincere in its desire to make things right with you. Please wait for me, because everything I am doing now is with the hope of one day standing beside you again. Until then, I will keep carrying you in my heart, nurturing the hope that we will be reunited. I will continue to draw strength from the memories of your love, and I will not let go of the vision of our future together. You are my light, my guide, and my greatest source of inspiration. Without you, life feels incomplete, but with you, everything makes sense. So I ask you once more, please wait for me. For I am working hard, and I will never stop until I find my way back to you. You have grown in ways you may not have even realized. This journey you have been on, filled with pain, struggle, and difficult lessons, has transformed you into someone far stronger than before. Every hardship you endured carved resilience into your soul and gave you the strength to rise above circumstances that once would have broken you. Though it may not have felt like it at the time, each trial was shaping you into a completely new person. The days of suffering, the tears, and the moments of feeling lost were not wasted. They forced you to pause, to reflect, and to recognize how much of your life had been caught in a cycle of low vibrational energy. You were unknowingly trapped in patterns that drained your spirit and dimmed your light. Now, through your healing, growth, and self-awareness, you are moving into a higher state of being. You are beginning to align with a greater power, one that supports your purpose and your soul's highest good. When you were chasing your partner, pouring your energy into them and trying to hold on, they were distracted, focused on chasing something else. At that time, your love and effort were not fully seen or appreciated. But things have shifted. The moment you stopped chasing, the moment you turned inward and decided to focus on your own healing and growth, the energy between you changed dramatically. You reclaimed your power. By directing your attention toward yourself, your peace, your joy, your inner wholeness, you began to radiate a strength and beauty that cannot go unnoticed. Now, it is they who find themselves searching for you everywhere. Even if they never tell you directly, their actions will begin to show you the truth. You may notice subtle changes in the way they look at you, in the way they reach out, or in the way they long for your presence. Their silence may still carry pride, but deep down, they know how much they need your love, affection, and emotional support. the absence of your presence has left an emptiness they cannot easily fill. Where once they may have taken your energy for granted, they are now confronted with the sharp reality of how it feels to long for someone who is no longer there. Sleepless nights, restless thoughts, and an ache in their heart are reminders of the very pain you once felt when you were the one doing the chasing. This is karma unfolding before your eyes. Life has a way of balancing itself. The pain you once endured was not in vain, it was a lesson, and now that same lesson is being mirrored back to them. They are beginning to experience what it means to need someone so deeply and to feel the weight of their absence. For them, this is a moment of reckoning, a chance to see the value of what they had and to recognize the love they may have overlooked. For you, however, this is not a time to lose focus or fall back into old cycles. This is the moment to keep yourself grounded, to continue prioritizing your healing, and to strengthen the connection you have built with your higher self. Meditation, daily practices of self-care, and moments of stillness will continue to anchor you as you rise even higher. The more you invest in your own well-being, the more you create a life filled with joy and abundance that is not dependent on anyone else. You are learning to add value to your life by focusing on the things that bring you genuine happiness, whether it is pursuing your passions, spending time in nature, nurturing your creativity, or surrounding yourself with uplifting people who see and celebrate your worth. Each day that you choose yourself, you reinforce the truth that your happiness is not determined by another person's presence, but by the love and peace you cultivate within. It is important to remember that your journey is not about proving your worth to anyone else. It is about recognizing your own worth and stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The transformation you are experiencing is sacred, and it deserves to be honored. While others may finally realize what you have always been capable of giving, your path forward is about continuing to elevate, to align, and to grow into the best version of yourself. Karma has its own way of teaching lessons, but your focus must remain on you. Do not allow yourself to be pulled back into cycles of pain or dependence. Instead, remain firm in the foundation you are building. Keep choosing peace, keep choosing joy, and keep choosing growth. In doing so, you not only heal your past but also create a future filled with the love, abundance, and happiness you deserve. Your journey is proof that pain can be transformed into power, that suffering can lead to strength, and that healing can bring forth a whole new version of yourself, one aligned with higher wisdom and infinite possibilities. The more you embrace this truth, the more you will realize that everything you have gone through was preparing you for the life you are meant to live.